I'm not here for the snow. I'm
Oh,
not here
I
for
feel
this.
you.
So I was like, ooh, you know, I don't know if I can live here. And then when I looked about, you know, the history of Fort Wayne and like the community and the Boys and Girls Club and the efforts they're doing for human trafficking, I'm like, oh, I'm sold. The news director called me and said, hey, we want to offer you this. And I said, excuse me? It was double what I expected
Mm.
coming out of college. And he said, I know you wanted to do sports, as an MMJ slash sports reporter, but we actually want you to be our anchor. Oh my
In 2019, NABJ fell on my birthday weekend. One of the best parts about that was being able to spend time with my extended family. Well, my guest today is somebody who was trying to go all out and actually surprise me with a birthday cake, and that is my newly adopted sister, Brianna Dahlquist. Brianna has a tremendous story, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear about it today, as she created her media reel, posted on Twitter, and it generated more than 2 million views. Now, a reel is something, for those who do not know, is something you share with news directors or producers when you're trying to locate that job. So you share them your reel, they give you feedback, critique, or they say, yes, this is the person I want on my team. Brianna was shared on Twitter, and she has so many prominent people retweeting her, and this ultimately led her to her new position. So I got a chance to get an interview with her almost the week after she had just started her new position up in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So sit back, listen to what she has to say, take notes, but also just listen to her story because it's a unique one. And I promise you'll be able to benefit and you will be able to learn from her. Ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of Breaking Through the Glass Ceiling with Brian H., I welcome Brianna Dahlquist. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, I have my sister who was once lived in the great state of Georgia, who has just recently moved,
God.
and we'll talk about where she moved to. I have the one, the only Miss Brianna Dahlquist. Brianna, how are you?
Hey, big bro. I'm doing good. How you feeling?
I'm good. Thanks for joining me on here. Um, I'm excited. You've been doing so much. We met through social media. This great thing called social media, and I
Oh
mean, we just
yeah.
clicked right away. We got a chance to hang out a couple of times at NABJ. So, I'm excited. I'm excited you're making moves in your career. But before we get to those moves, I want to ask you, when did you decide that you wanted to pursue a career in broadcast journalism?
Wow. That's a Yeah, that's an amazing question. Honestly, bro, I always knew I wanted to be a journalist. From
Mm-hmm.
the very beginning, since a little girl, I would look at, I'm originally from South Florida, so I would look at the TV and see, the anchor woman, Liz Quirantes, and, different, and Allison, and all those women, and just really saw how they made a difference in my community. They brought me the news every morning, so I would, know what was going on before school. And I just admired them so much. So, yeah, I'd say about like 10, maybe 10 years old.
Okay, so 10 years old, did you do anything while you were in high school to get you ready for college, or did you just get into the major at college?
No, man, believe it or not, my sophomore year of high school, I had the option of, you have an elective or whatever to pick in high school, either fashion design or, you know, broadcast, TV, you know, digital TV, class. And I don't know about, other women, but I grew up as a tomboy, so there was no way I was taking no fashion class. I was like, sign me up for TV production. And the next year, my junior year, I won number one in the nation for Student Television Network as a sports reporter. You know, as a 16-year-old, and that kind of fueled me like, okay, it's on and popping now.
You said you were a tomboy. Did you play sports? And if so, what sports did you play?
Every sport, honestly. I never played a sport professionally because, oof, I was trash. I was just straight trash, you know. But I tried, you know. I never made any team professionally, but I tried. But my high school years, I was the captain of the dance team, so just dance. But yeah, my hand-eye coordination is a little off, Brian.
Hey, look, I love baseball and I love basketball, but now I probably had a shot at baseball. Basketball wasn't happening. You my sister for
Oh
real.
man.
So you obviously you love the game. Growing up, who was your favorite teams to root for? I have to mention that team in New
Man.
England that I know you love. You don't have to
Oh, you
mention
know
them.
what? This fighting word. That's you know what? That's fight. That's fight. You're gonna. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. Obviously, I'm a New England Patriots fan. Pats all day. Pats Nation. You know, I'm not. I'm really salty right now. I'm just really salty. So it's it's okay. I'm a I'm a New York Yankees fan. I'm a Knicks fan. Recently, I've had a chance to cover Atlanta United, so now I'm an Atlanta United fan. So yeah, those are my teams right there. As far as tennis goes, you know I love the Williams sisters. So yeah, those are my girls. So I don't really stray too far away from them.
Okay, well, you a Patriots and a Yankees fan. I'm like, okay. I'm an Orioles fan, so I can't really talk. We've made our way back to the basement, but one day.
One day.
All right, so
No.
you get to college, Georgia State. Why Georgia State? I should ask you first.
Well, a lot of people don't know, but I didn't start out at Georgia State. I went
Oh,
to the illustrious Clark Atlanta University, and my sophomore year, I decided to, really pursue journalism instead of like film and media. I really just wanted to fully do journalism. So I decided Georgia State was a better career move for me. And I think that, I wouldn't take anything from my experience at Clark Atlanta University because it really shaped me and molded me into the woman I am today. So major shout out to them. But I think Georgia State had a little bit more what I was looking for. And I'm so grateful. Oh my God, I'm so grateful that I made that decision. I mean, just the alumni that come from there and the people that I've met is, they're just like lifelong friends. So
mhm. And did you join NABJ while you were there, or you just after you graduated?
believe it or not, I joined NABJ at Clark Atlanta University.
Okay.
And yep, and my first year going was in 2016 in Washington, D.C. So what an
Hey,
amazing experience. Oh, it was so lit. It was so
so you
amazing.
are you going to make it a full circle by coming this year? I say
Oh,
coming like I'm from DC, but it's down the street.
pretty much around the corner. Flight is secured. Um, Bags will be packed. Outfits will be arranged. Hair will be snatched. Edges will be laid. My bills will be paid. And I'm on my way. Big bro, I'm going to see you there soon. Okay?
Hey, I'm happy about that. So,
turn up again. We're going to turn up with the crew again. I'm so excited.
you already know it, East Coast family superstars. That's what we do.
Hey.
Shout out to Renee, Kelsey, Brandon, and Ashley, and Michael Lau.
Ashley.
So now we,
Yes.
So you're at Georgia State. What was some of the highlights of your time as a student reporter, and an anchor and producer there? Because I know you did it all, but what was some of the highlights you had?
Wow, man. Okay, you got 4 hours or like how long you got?
Hey, we got
But
time. The
no,
people want to hear.
right? No, man. Why tell you every single thing I wanted to do at Georgia State, I did. I was a writer. I was a producer. I scripted. Was an anchor and a news director for Georgia State Television on primetime sports. I covered the NCAA tournament. I covered, dancing, for Georgia State men's basketball team. Sheesh, the Sun Belt Conference, going to New Orleans with the basketball team, going, with the coaches and having exclusive one-on-one interviews, getting to cover the NFL draft, every single thing, even what was it, like a month ago a month ago, even covering the college football Hall of Fame, college football awards at Chick-fil-A's college Hall of Fame. That it's been an intense, crazy experience that I could never have wished for. The Bible in Ephesians 3 and 20, it says exceedingly and abundantly. Literally, that was my experience at Georgia State. It was so incredible. I mean, I got to manage about 20 students for Georgia State Television as their news director. And I see them now, like in their senior year, and I'm just like, tears of joy. Like, you feel like a mama bear because you're just seeing them doing so well. I mean, wow. I mean, I don't know how much time we got, but I could go in depth. Every single seminar they would have, ESPN would come, different local stations would come, 11 Alive would come, Tiffany Blackman of the NFL would come, and now she's my mentor. We had an opportunity to talk to Jay Harris of ESPN, and he put together, webinars for us and just hands-on training, man. Because you think about Atlanta, it is like the next Hollywood. So every single, Marvel movie that came out within, my 3 years of being there, I got to see it being filmed outside. I got to see and meet different, film directors and even news directors just by being there at Georgia State. So I would encourage any student that's looking to really just learn and get hands-on training and experience to give Georgia State give Georgia State a try, give Georgia State a look. Hope
Okay.
that wasn't too long.
No, not at all. I mean, this is just time, your story. So, I wanted to share because, like I said, I'm proud of you, and I can say that all the time. I can post about it on social media, but I want people to hear why I'm proud of you, why you have such a storied career, and how you were able to get to where you are today.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
One of the things that I've been proud watching you do is balance this while being a single mother. Can you talk about the challenges, but also how your baby has been your motivation to keep you going?
Yeah. Wow, man. You said that. It's been really such an incredible journey being a mom, having my baby there and also, working and, getting my degree from Georgia State University. Although it's been challenging, although, sometimes I've had to struggle, sometimes I've had to, go in the work bathroom and, cry a little bit. It's been so rewarding. It's been so worth it. A lot of people don't know, but I actually got pregnant my sophomore year of college and I had to drop out. I gave birth to Morgan, and soon after, she had to spend, some time in the NICU for having bronchiolitis, which is pretty much like bronchitis for babies.
Mm-hmm.
And just her having asthma and upper respiratory infection after upper respiratory infection. it's been challenging to, be a mom, go to college, work a job while pursuing your dreams when you have a child with special needs. You know, and at times you do feel like giving up. At times you do feel like just saying, you know what, maybe I'll just be, an office receptionist or something. Not saying that there's anything wrong with being a receptionist or something, because I've had to do that, while in college. But man, really just taking my daughter to Georgia State, football games, and having the coaches come up to me and say, you know what, I respect you, and I'm believing God for your miracle. It's gonna happen. Has been such rewarding, you know, opportunity for me, because I thought for sure, like, wow, people are not gonna take me serious because I'm a single mom. I'm not gonna, finish college because I'm a single mom. And what I've done is every semester, instead of taking, 4 classes like my peers, I would have to take 2 here, 3 here. Maybe one semester I could take 3 and then never take a summer off. Like, I've never had summer off. Like, while as a single mom, I've been a single mom for almost 5 years now, and I've never had a summer off of college. So I think that if you allow it to, no matter the circumstances, you could be a single mom, you could have, an ailment, you could have, something hindering you. As long as you take it and you allow it to motivate you and inspire you to keep on pushing and keep on pressing, forward, you're gonna make it. It could be a loved one that has passed away. It could be, something mental, just having that mindset that maybe I can't do it. If you would allow it to say, you know what, this is what it is. This is my situation. This is the circumstance. I don't really have any help. I'm not really getting any child support. I'm not really, there's no one here to save the day. I'm just going to have to save the day. And you just, whew, it'll empower you if you let it, man.
Yeah, wow. Um, and that's the thing. Like, no summers off, sis. That's
No.
not easy,
Mm-mm.
because while most people are refreshing so that they can come back and learn, you were still, I mean, they it's kind of like that relaxed time. Even a lot of, single moms or single dads, because there are some too, shout out to them.
Yeah,
they,
shout out to the
they,
dads. We love you.
yeah, they take that time to say, okay, you know what, I'll delay getting into my career, but I need that time to refresh. And you didn't even take a summer off. And then I know that's harder, especially with a child, because sometimes you look at things like daycare or childcare,
Yeah.
everything's more expensive because of the time that they need and the demand of it, because there is
Yeah.
no school. Now, wow,
Yeah.
I'm speechless just to find that out. We
Yeah, man.
While you were in school, you had your reel go viral. And I don't know what they do down there in Georgia State, but I mean, you guys may be the hidden gems of schools. People want to talk about the Northwesterns of the world. Shout out to them. Shout out to the
Shout out
Wildcats.
to them.
My good friend
Yeah.
Andrew Golden.
And
They
Drake
want to
Hills.
talk, huh?
Yeah. Drake Hills too.
Yeah. Shout out to the Syracuse of the world. My good friend Nikki
Yeah.
Mayo.
Yeah, Nikki.
Shout out to North Carolina, Chapel Hill. You know,
That's right.
uh, yeah, my good friend Jazzy Brunch down there. But here's the thing: Georgia State produced two people who are very close and dear to my heart. Two people who had their video reels go viral and dare say they aren't doing their thing in this business right now, and that is the deacon,
Deacon,
the deacon
David.
himself, David, and you.
Yeah,
I mean, they're saying what 2 to 3 million views between the two of you for your reels. What was that
yeah.
like to see?
Oh,
Because I remember you put it out there, and you knew I was gonna retweet it off the bat.
right. I got one retweet.
And
Nobody
but
else retweeted.
I knew. I know one of the things I saw was one of my former local reporters retweeting it, and
Wow.
yeah, and it was. And she said, "I don't know this young woman, but I respect her hustle. Somebody give her a chance."
Mm.
And then to see all these people retweet, what was that like? And was that overwhelming? Because I'm pretty sure your inbox was flooded, maybe not with everybody having the right intentions. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what was that moment like?
Yeah. Ooh, you said it, Brian. You said it, man. Well, first and foremost, let me say this, and this is backtracking a little bit, but I just want to put emphasis on what was available to me at GSU.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to Clark Atlanta University, I, took 6 classes in a lab, got all A's and B's, was in a pageant, had my own TV show, had my own radio show, had a 3.5 GPA. But when I got pregnant and my daughter was sick, I had to, withdraw. And by doing so, I got a 0 in pretty much all my classes except one. So that took me down to a 2.0 GPA. As a single mom, I didn't even have the money, the $60 for the application fee. My mentor, Dr. Bright, gave me the $60 to apply, and I got into Georgia State. About, I want to say 4 months later, I needed a job because I didn't, I had to quit my job, um, selling insurance, good desk job, and I met, I worked for the Department of Communication, so I wouldn't have to pay back student loans. Just work for the university. I met someone who knew David, and he was like, "You need to come on prime time. You need to come to Georgia State Television." And I was like, "Okay." So I gave him a shot. Within those 2 years, I had enough content from all different sports, from all different interviews, whether it be sports, news, it didn't matter. I had so much content from anchoring, producing, storyboarding, writing, editing that I created a reel. Now, never in my wildest dreams did I think I would reach 1.6 million views. Never. Like, I never thought it would go viral. I never thought my thought would be, maybe someone would see it and they would offer me a job, you know, after I graduated. But, like you said, you get all this attention and it's great attention, but you also have those predators who will send you emails and send the men who will send you inboxes who will be like, yo, I believe in you, blah, 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 and try to hit on you pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going for that. And then you also have like scam artists who want to represent you, and then you go on their website and it's not a valid website, or it's like, you can tell this is not legit. So you also have really amazing benefits of going viral. So many people that I would only dream to be, connected to would reach out and say, you know what, girl, I'm rooting for you. I believe that you could do this, and I'm going to retweet. Taylor Rooks retweeted, L. Duncan retweeted, and Jake Harris of ESPN retweeted, and just so grateful that people that I love, saw me, because this is, 11 years in the making, me just trying to be, a reporter and work as a journalist. So it was such an amazing, but but scary at the same time experience. And I'm grateful. I really encourage every single journalist, that wants to get in this business to have reels. But I do want to clarify something, Brian, because a lot of
Yep.
people got it, misunderstood. They were like, oh, snap, she got 1 million views, blah, blah, blah. She blowing up. She probably got money. That did not equate to money. Okay. You could have 1 million gazillion views and still be a broke college student. Okay. I want to clear that up. So, even though I went viral in April, it wasn't until, November that I got a, job opportunity because I made a series of reels. I thought for sure, like, hey, it worked here. Let me go ahead and make an anchor reel. Let me go ahead and make an MMJ reel. Let me make a producer reel. And whew, that really went up. So yeah.
What would your advice be to people who are hesitant of putting it out there because of stuff like that or the feedback?
I say closed mouths don't get fed. They just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it'll take for me to get my point across that social media can really make or break a person. You have to think about it. You are a public figure as a journalist. You are a personality. People that are like, I'm right now, I work for Fox in Indiana. If you don't live in Indiana, but you want to see what type of content that I produce, what type of anchor that I am I serious? Am I bubbly? Am I full of life? Or am I, horrible? You go on my social media. You have to you have to just give yourself an opportunity to get, you know, criticism, constructive criticism, not just from everybody, but from the professionals. You never know what will happen. You just have to have faith that the right person will see it. There's nothing wrong with saying, and it's not a clout chasing thing. It's just saying, hey, I'm a single mom in college. I'm graduating in a couple of months. This is what I've been doing. Let me know if you can help. And if you're authentic and you really want to just make it in this business, I guarantee you, the God will put the right people in your path to bless you. I guarantee it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I hear that. Now, what was it like when you was brought on a national television because of your work?
Ooh. Honestly, God is so good. Oh my God. God is so good. It was honestly, it was surreal. The first time I saw myself on TV, it was like, wow, you're just overwhelmed with gratitude. I'm still in shock. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I'm like, is this real? Yeah,
Well,
man.
well, I'm talking
Oh.
about when real quick. I'm talking about when you was on. I think it was the Real, or was it the View?
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, 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 no. Let me tell you how good my God is. This is crazy, right? So, you know
Mm-hmm.
how you subscribe to your favorite show, right? To
Yep.
get alerts and whatever. So, an email, I love The Reels, one of my favorite shows. Um, and I wasn't thinking anything. They sent an email. How would you like to be on calling all, people real fam in Atlanta? How would you like to be um on the show for as an audience member? So I'm thinking like, oh yes, they're coming to Atlanta, they're gonna film and I'm gonna have a seat in the audience. Oh my God, I'm so happy. So I get a call from their producer and they're like, hey, I would like to showcase you on the reel. Can you make a short video of why you should be on the reel? And I'm like, okay, this is weird because I just want to be an audience member, but whatever, I'll just make a short video. I'm like, hey, I love you guys. and I would love to come out and see you all. Me not even knowing what's really going on, I would love to come see you guys because this is my favorite show. God bless, and see you later. And the producer did some research and sent me an email. I saw that you're a single mom. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day? A lot of people know, I'm a single mom in college, super single. I don't have no man. I'm not doing nothing. I'll be watching football and, well, not football because it was Valentine's Day, so basketball and studying. So I ain't got no plans. Um, and pretty much I just sent it to her like, yeah, I ain't got no plans. But then I got a FaceTime, and she goes, "Hey, you know, are you in a quiet location?" And I said, "Yes." I'm like, "Why is she FaceTiming me?" She's like, "Okay, well, I'm getting ready to give the, phone to the producers, and we want you to talk to the host of the reel." I could not believe it.
Mhm.
I am like, what is going on? I had to shed a thug tear, tears of joy on national television because I was just so thankful that they picked me and gave me an opportunity to talk to my favorite, people my favorite show, and they blessed me with three gold, you know, diamond rings for Valentine's Day. Oh my God! Like I can't even tell you, the last time I've gotten a
Wow.
Valentine's Day gift. I can't even tell you. It's probably been like 5 or 6 years. So, whew, ciao. Oh, I've been bling blinging ever since.
I hear
Cash me outside.
that. How about that?
How about that? Yeah, man.
Wow. So now, we move on. You get the call. You get the call to come
Mhm.
up to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Tell me about that process, the nerves going in there, and now going from we had Jay Jackson on, and she talked about giving students and young journalists advice for being in cities you may have never heard of or towns you never heard of. Talk about that. I know you still new at the time that we were recording the show, still new, but in general, like, what was that like when you found out, like, hey, we want you?
Mm. Ooh, Lord. Just incredible. Andy Paris, who is so incredible. He's my news director. He reached out on Twitter. Hey, saw your reel. I'm wondering if I could, talk to you about a potential opportunity that I have for you. We talked for about 3 days, and he says, you know what? I've never seen your talent from a person that's, in college. I almost don't believe that you're in college. I almost don't believe that you're not pro. So I said, thank you. That's really flattering, but I'll just be real. I'm looking for an opportunity to break into the industry sooner than later. So a lot of people, reached out to me and they were like, I'll give you this MMJ position in April when we're hiring, as a sports reporter. And I was just like, you know what? That's too long. So I'm talking to him, and he calls me and he says, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know our GM Bill loved you. Absolutely, I sent him your reel. The people at corporate, they absolutely love you. Is there a way that we can get you out here?" And it was crazy because it was Thanksgiving, so I'm like, um, I gotta cook this turkey for this baby because I don't know about, I don't I don't know if you know, but my daughter likes to eat. Okay, I gotta prepare this meal. It's Thanksgiving. He's like, nah, we gotta get you out of here. So it was like, I think that Monday, after Thanksgiving, I flew out to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Right when I get off the airplane, there's this lady handing out cookies. Right when I right when I get off the plane, and she goes in her little Midwestern accent, welcome to Fort Wayne. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to live here. I'm about to move here. This has been
Wow.
the nicest, most polite, peaceful city I've ever lived in my life. It is so amazing. I don't like the snow. I will say that. I'm not a big fan of that, part. But
You said the
when
smell?
I no.
Oh, you said the snow. I thought you said I don't like the
Oh, the
snow.
snow. Yeah, no, the snow. You know
Yeah.
I'm from Palm Beach. You know
Yep.
country Southern Belle. I'm not I'm not here for the snow. I'm not
Oh,
here
I
for
feel
this.
you.
So I was like, ooh, you know, I don't know if I can live here. And then when I looked about, you know, the history of Fort Wayne and like the community and the Boys and Girls Club and, the efforts they're doing for human trafficking, I'm like, oh, I'm sold. The news director called me and said, hey, we want to offer you this. And I said, excuse me? It was double what I expected
Mm.
coming out of college. And he said, I know you wanted to do sports, as an MMJ / sports reporter, but we actually want you to be our anchor. Oh my God. I kept it super professional, but after that phone call, I just broke down. I was just in tears. I couldn't believe someone right out of college would want me to be their anchor. There's just no way. There's just no way. There's only God, man. So
Amen.
Fort Wayne, hey.
This God is amazing. There's no other way to put it. God is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know
Yeah.
what they say, when you be faithful to him, he'll be faithful to you. And clearly you've been faithful to him. I mean, he blessed you with a gift that is Morgan and trusted you to take care of her, and you're doing a phenomenal job. And he said, I got you,
Oh
you know.
wow. Ooh, big bro, you got me crying over here. Okay, I'm. Ooh, child. Okay,
I'm
okay.
just so proud of you. I am. I'm just really proud of you. Um, So what's the experience been like? How's the community been? What's it like up there? Obviously, we talked about, the change from the nice trees to the snow. And, when the summer gets up there, I promise you, from what I've heard, it'll be nice. But, what's the change
Okay.
been like?
Honestly, it's yes, it's cold, but the community here is just, living in Atlanta, it's just like everyone fends for themselves, and it's kind of like, the community of journalists in Atlanta, even though it's so big, it's small. Here it's the second largest city in, Indiana. So it has that small town feel, but it's really a big town. It's just kind of spaced out. People here are very receptive of me. I went to Walmart last night to get an extra comforter because I'm extra cold. And this girl was like, hey, you're the journalist. I said,
Mm,
hey, wow, this never happens. I'm like, yeah, well, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm like, wow, for someone to recognize you for your work, that's huge. So the town is amazing. The people are amazing. Um, you know, people offered to shovel my car, which was weird because I didn't know you could shovel a car, but apparently you got to shovel your car. I don't know.
yep. I lived in Bristol for 2 years, Bristol, Connecticut. So I know.
Well, you know, you know, my life.
Yeah. All right, so we get ready to wrap up here. But real quick before we go, um, what's what would you say was your glass breaking moment? When did you break through the glass ceiling when you look back over your career so far?
Oh wow. I'm still trying. I'll never give up on just me not giving up. Me not giving up. Yes, I've covered the NCAA. I've covered, Sunbelt tournament. Yes, I've covered, the ESPN, college football awards. I've covered so many things, so many amazing events, but one thing I can say is just just bringing my daughter after work, just bringing my daughter to the games with me, and then taking her. Oh, she's about to make me cry. And then taking her to the studio and editing my content and having it ready the next day, to share with my community at Georgia State and, even here at, in here in Fort Wayne, really just putting one foot in front of the other. And if you just keep on going, if you keep on striving, and no matter your circumstances, yeah, I'm a single mom, yeah, I've overcome so many things, like, as a child growing up, and, we'll talk about that later, but if you put one foot in front of the other, and no matter what you believe in, no matter what, always thank God for even the trials that come your way. Man, He's going to elevate you. Going viral doesn't matter. I've gone viral 3 times last year. I'm grateful for it, but you know what? One thing I do want to be known for is really praising my God and really glorifying His name, because truly, if you listen to what God is saying and you obey Him, He will elevate you when the time comes. And I'm so glad. I think the glass ceiling and the best thing and the best moments were me just being faithful over my small little, reporting gig at Georgia State, and just giving that my all, just deciding like, yo, I'm a single mom, I have this baby, I have no help, and it's hard, but I'm not going to give up. My mom didn't raise me to give up. So, man, it's been a journey, but I'm so grateful for it. So grateful.
Amen. Amen. Before we get you out of here, where can the people find you on social
Man,
media? That is.
yeah, you guys know, honestly, follow me on Twitter at Bree Dahlquist. I'll follow you right back. I just changed my Instagram handle, ow. So it's Brianna Dahlquist Fox 55. I'll follow you right back. And if you're a big fan of Brian's, then I'm a big fan of yours, because, man, he is so encouraging. He is so empowering. And if you listen to this podcast and you like something, you slide in both of our DMs, and we're always going to be there for you. We're always going to point you in the right direction.
Amen. Wow. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I just love people. And, um, like I said, when we met, I mean, we just clicked immediately, and,
Immediately, I was like,
and
you my person for life. You my dog for life.
you already know. And, just a quick story. So I was in Atlanta, folks, back in no, I'm about to say September, November, and just blessed to go down there for work. I let Bree
Mhm.
know I was in town, and she was determined, like, no, we are going to hang out. And she came through the rain. And all right, spoiler, at the time I'm recording this show, the 49ers have officially clinched. They are going to the Super Bowl. More than
Woo!
likely, hopefully, but this will air the day after the Super Bowl, so hopefully they are the Super Bowl champs. I will be rooting for them over the Kansas City Chiefs. But
Yes, let's
Bree,
speak that into existence.
yeah. So Bree and I was watching. We linked up and we went to watch the Seahawks and the 49ers game, and it was just so much fun, just the opportunity to just catch up. But the thing I had always appreciated about you was like, hey, I'm in your city and you made a way to come hang out. So that was fun. And you never forget stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm excited for everything that you're doing and will be doing. And Fort Wayne, Indiana is a blessed town that they have you.
Oh man, thank you so much. Yeah, no matter where you are, you could be in some whatever town. I'm pulling up. Say the word. I'm pulling up. Skirt, skirt.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe they'll have a medical meeting out there, and I have to come up there. But definitely looking
Woohoo!
forward to seeing you this summer at the National Association of Black Journalists annual convention. This year, it is in
Woo!
Washington D.C., merged with the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, which is ironic that the first time you went it was also merged. So it's gonna be a lot of
Mhm.
people there. So I'm looking forward to it. Bree, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Love you, sis.
Love you too, man. Woo woo.
What an amazing time. What an amazing conversation that was, wasn't it? Brianna is just amazing overall. Next week, I welcome Danielle J. Martin. Danielle is a multimedia journalist out of Kansas who I also met at the National Association of Black Journalists convention. And here's a cool story. So I've actually forgot to ask Brianna about her exclusive lunch that she had with Taylor Rooks during the convention. Don't worry, I talked to Danielle about that. They were both at the same lunch, and you'll find that a lot of my friends run in the same circle, especially this journalism world. In my journalist friends, we all run in the same circle. So next week, make sure you tune in as I welcome Danielle J. Martin. We talk about that. We also talk about her covering the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs. So be sure to tune in. Until next week, folks, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Breaking Through the Glass Ceiling. And remember, don't let nobody put forth a ceiling that you can't break through. This podcast is brought to you by B. Waters Productions. It is produced and edited by myself, Brian H. Waters, with the music brought to you by Hypnosis. You can find Hypnosis on Instagram at hypno_beats.